So if I'm a scout and I'm going to watch a specific player, let's say it's a centre half, apart from the obvious skills of a centre half, what, and maybe not just a centre half, just in general, what kind of other attributes other than the technical stuff would you be wanting to look at and focus at when you're scouting?
Well, the first thing is that sort of scouting where you are just focusing on one player, that
Mm,
intense portrait of a player.
mm,
That's my favourite sort of scouting.
yeah.
I love to really analyse a player in detail. So let's take the centre back as an example. You're watching the centre back, the ball's down the other end. His team is attacking, his or her team is attacking. You're still watching the centre back.
Yeah.
Do they, when there's a transition of possession, do they alter their position? Are
Mm,
they communicating? What are they concentrating?
yeah.
Do they change and adjust their position? Do they join in attacks? When do they join in attacks? Are they comfortable doing that? You're watching all the things off the ball,
Yeah.
which is why it's so fascinating. And then you'll have a picture in your mind, a profile of what a good centre back can do,
Hmm.
and you know what sort of centre back, because there's different centre backs. We talk about cats and dogs at centre back,
Yeah.
traditionally. Um, Harry Maguire might be a dog. John Stones might be a cat, in the terms of types of centre backs. So what sort of type of centre back does your gaffer want,
Mm,
or your head of recruitment in the academy? What do they favour? Do they want defenders, which is what I would always start with the centre back, or do they want people who can play out, midfielders who play at the back?
yeah.
So it depends what it is you're looking for. You've got to know what it is exactly you're looking for. But then all the other things about the game, about the player, the due diligence. What are they like? What's their character like? At the top level, when you get to 16 in Cat 1 academies, they're all good players. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
What differentiates those who go on to make it into the first team at the top level and those who fall by the wayside? Invariably, then, it's not technique, it's not physicality, because they've got that to get there. It's character and
Mm,
desire.
yeah.
So the players, taking the Chelsea examples again, Reece James, Conor Gallagher, Levi Colwill, Mason Mount, you know, all different sorts of players. What do they have in common? Character,
Mm,
strength of character.
yeah.
So it's massively important. How do you know that? You're looking for clues as a scout on the pitch, but you've got to find out what they're like off the pitch. So you're beginning to ask around. You're beginning to do your due diligence and your research. People that have coached the kid or played with them,
Yeah.
or you're trying to find out what they like at school. Do they behave at school? Are they intelligent?
Yeah.
Because in today's game, they're going to have to take on a lot of information.
Mm,
Are they good at that? Are they coachable in
yeah.
that way? Um, are they consistent? Are they late when they come into training? Do they miss training?
Mm,
Because you can't take if you're buying a player from one academy to another, you can be talking about a lot of money and a
yeah.
lot of investment. You take a kid at 14, you think, well, it's all right, 14. They're going to want to sign for 2 years. That means that takes them into scholar.
Yeah.
If they're going to sign at scholar, that's another 2 years, but it also takes them into professional.
Mm,
So you can look at a kid who's an under 14, you're actually looking at maybe a 5-year commitment
mm,
that the parents are going to want, and the agent, not they should have one, but
yeah.
the agent is going to want as well. 5 years of a commitment from a club. That's before you even think about what you've got to pay the club
Mm,
who you hope to sign them from.
yeah.
So you've got to know everything about that player. And that is where the other side of scouting comes in, gathering information. And that's a fine line
Mm,
because you're not allowed to approach families direct, of course, or players. That's tapping up.
yeah.
You have to find out through other sources about a player.
Mm,
You have to be inventive, and that's when it comes to academy scouting and first team scouting. You've got a different sort of network. It's all about networks, but different from the grassroots scouts network. You got to have a network of people that can get you that inside story and that background.